So what I'm going to do... Oh, crap, I brought up that freaking picture and God damn it. Let's bring that thing in again. I do believe it's this one. Okay, so I'll just, I'm not going to hit the X, I'm just going to go over to this one here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to steal some information off of this one. And I'll just go running into here. Control C, and I'll run over to here. And I want to Control V. I'm going to put this onto another layer above. And so you see what I've got here is this lovely little piece of texture information. All I have to do is go in here and do this. You can't see it on the side. I'm going right into the menu here that says Merge Down. When I merge down, it immediately claps on top of this object, and it becomes part of the texture, right? So I can go in and let's just take a look. What does this look like now? You can see all this crap. That's what we just made. I found that what I'd really like to do to start off with is to take a little bit of the texture that I'm going to be using and sample it. So I'm just going to go in here and find a little eyedropper. Where the hell is it? Is it Alt? It is Alt, isn't it? No. Hotkey. And I can't remember the hotkey. Where the hell is the eyedropper? I guess I have to go into the color. And then can I sample from here? There it is. I'm going to sample this nice color right here. And actually I can see I might be having a problem. There's that stupid frickin' lighting thing. This becomes the first issue, because I suspect this thing is more of a gray, but there's still a little bit of a blue tinge in here. So I'm just going to show you something that's really annoying. Under the 3D menu, there's render settings, and you can do some things like you're in solid. Down here there's unlit texture. I'll come back to that. This is first important menu. The next important menu, I'm just going to cancel out of that one, is under Window. There's a 3D menu here, and it just moved over to the side, and I'll just bring it in here so you can see it. And what we've got in here is it shows you your OBJ mesh, great. Tells you it's casting shadows and all this stuff in here, great. And it shows you the blends that are associated with it. You can go in here and click, and you can create a new texture if you want to. You can do all sorts of stuff in here. And that will go to your other one as well. These infinite lights, 1, 2, and 3. Each one of them is got a slight blue in them, which when you're texturing is annoying, right? Particularly if you're fussy about your textures. I don't want any colors in my lights when I'm making textures. That's something you put on when you're rendering, in my opinion. Okay, so I've just gone and taken those out. And so I just went to each one of them, and I just found the little color swatch here and got rid of it. Okay, and let's just move this back out of the way so we don't have to see it. And I just want to check out my color again, and I just want to see something. Am I right? It's gone to red now. So I've removed the blue out of it. There's still a little bit of something in it. Okay, but it's a different type of blue, so I suspect... I don't know. Okay, maybe I was wrong about the lighting, but it still bugs me. Anyway, so I want to use this predominant background color, and I'm just going to hit OK. And let's go back to the texture, and I do believe this is the first one here. And I'm just going to quickly go in here and use my paint bucket and paint it with that color there. And I'm just going to collapse it, so I'm going to hit Control E and collapse that layer down. Great, and now you'll see if I go back here, this whole bottom, oh crap, well that was the hotkey, wasn't it? Oh, that's paint bucket, okay, Alt. Well, the whole thing's gray to start off with down there. And I'm just going to hit Control V and bring in this piece again. It's still stored in my memory. And this thing here looks a little bit distorted right now. I'm just going to try to quickly undistort it and see if I can do something like this. If I go in and I bring it down, can I straighten it up a little bit? And all I did was hit Control T. And with Control T, then I was using the, I'm holding down Control, and that lets me distort it a little bit so it's straight. Great. And I'm just going to go in here and cut off chunks of this that I don't want to see. Control X and Control X. And I don't need this piece either. Probably could have trimmed this off earlier, but whatever. And let's just get this up for a second here. Let's get rid of that grid again. That was control quotation marks on the keyboard. And I'm just going to go in here and zoom in for a second. On the wrong layer, so I have to be on this layer. And maybe what I'll do is I'll go to the front here, and I'm just going to go and zoom. Crap. I'm going to zoom in. See, it's pissing me off. There, let's do something like that, and let's go and move up. So I'm going to pull this up, something like that. Great, so we're right in front here on this thing. It's kind of dark, but whatever. And then I'm just going to get out of here and go back to my brush or whatever I want to use. And I'm just going to grab this thing. And so I want to plunk this on, and it's not going to fit completely well. And what time are we at? 5:42. Well, we'll see if I can finish this thing in one video. And what I think is probably going to be the easiest way to do this, if I was to go in and hit Control T, and I did something like this, and then I went and I distorted it and pulled it over here, I suspect these are going to be off. And I'll just go in here, and if you click right on the word opacity, you got a little slider, and you can pull this down, and I can see that I'm getting too close to the microphone. That's going to be off a little bit. So this one here lines up, and then that one's off, and then that one's off, and that one's off. It's because of the perspective, and then I was unwarping it. I'm just going to try and quickly line these up, and I might bring down my opacity a bit more. And for this thing, that first one's lined up fine, so I'm going to go in here and I'm going to grab this little piece here, and I'm going to try and line it up over the geometry. I hope this isn't too confusing. I'm just going to go in here, Control X and Control V, and paste it back and run with it over here. And now that I've done that, my opacity is up high again, so I got to bring it down. And I'm just going to try and line it up with that little piece of geometry right there, Control T, and I suspect if I do this, there's the line right there. I'm looking, there's a faint line right there that was hard to notice, and I'm just going to bring that down a bit. And I think, do I have freaking snapping on? I freaking hate snapping. This freaking snap. Get rid of that, and I freaking hate all that stuff. Why is that on? Okay, there, that should be good. Great. Enter, and I might just go and trim off that extra little side piece there, Control X, so they kind of blend in together. And actually, just going to see what happens when I do this. Control T, there's that little piece of geometry there. Okay, great. Enter. Okay, so those pieces are good. And then what do we got over here? There's a little faint line right here. I'm just going to go and, actually, what if I just hit Control T? Am I allowed to, I could probably get away with doing this. No one's going to be the wiser. Okay. And like I said, you could go in and break them off individual pieces too. It might work better, but whatever, I'm trying to go fast. As I'm always trying to go fast, and the faster you get this done, Control T, the better. And where's that freaking little faint line? Where is it? So there's one. Or I'm going to guess it's right there. Okay. And I probably should be separating these off into separate layers, but I keep noticing I have to keep going and playing with the opacity. I'm trying to avoid that. And faint line again right there. And where's the other faint line? It's right there, so let's put it right there. Enter. Great. Actually, is there not enough of these things? 1, 2, 3. It looks like the side has one less of these little things than the front. Or am I hallucinating? I am not hallucinating. There's something weird about this, so I'm just going to do a Control X, Control V, and I'm going to paste this one in. We're going to make that the opacity low. I'm going to have to do a quick little cheat to make up for that. And Control T. Bring this down a bit. Bring this